in the northeast. The actions of Boko Haram have grown increasingly monstrous. The group has targeted some people simply because of their religion or professional occupation, and indiscriminately killed and maimed many others. They have burned down houses, churches, clinics, and schools. They have murdered children in their beds. Some of its members are reported to have abducted and raped women and girls. Close to 500,000 people have been displaced inside Nigeria, and some 57,000 are now reported to have spilled across borders into neighboring countries. Farmlands have been abandoned, and the food security in many areas has most likely been compromised as a result of the terror that Boko Haram has sown. In such circumstances, the government has, of course, had no option but to deploy the army and the other security forces. However, it is vital that government forces do not exacerbate the problem by taking actions that displace, endanger, or kill civilians. Many people I have met with during this visit openly acknowledged human rights violations have been committed by the security forces, and these have served to alienate local communities and created fertile ground for Boko Haram to cultivate new recruits. And I was assured by the National Security Advisor that steps are being taken to rectify excesses. A good first step came in the form of the establishment of a joint investigation team by the Chief of Defense Staff to review cases of those detained during counter-terrorism operations against Boko Haram. The outcome of that review, announced here in December 2013, indicated that 500 individuals were recommended for trial, 167 for release. In order to inspire confidence and deter future illegal actions, it is important that transparent investigations into alleged violations by security forces are also carried out as a matter of course, and essential that credible and reliable information about what is going on in the Northeast becomes more readily available. With thousands of refugees fleeing from Nigeria and arms and fighters reportedly flowing across international borders in the other direction, this terrible conflict is no longer solely an internal matter. I suggested to the National Security Advisor that a regional approach to combat terrorism, resolve the conflict, and alleviate the hardship of all civilians that are caught up may be an option worth exploring with neighboring countries and the broader international community. And I also raised this issue with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I call on states within the region to enhance their collaboration with Nigeria. During our discussions, the National Security Advisor agreed to facilitate access to the affected areas both for humanitarian agencies and human rights monitors, including those deployed by the National Human Rights Commission. This is a significant commitment, since it should not just enable humanitarian assistance to be provided to civilians in need, but may also deter further excessive acts, combat impunity, and help dispel any unfounded rumors tarnishing the reputation of the forces engaged in the extremely challenging task of combating Boko Haram. The veil of uncertainty that is obscuring the conflict in the Northeast is in stark contrast to the general situation in much of the rest of the country, where a vibrant media and civil society organizations are free to report on and criticize many perceived shortcomings in society and in government. the Freedom of Information Act has enabled the type of robust debate that is necessary for the development of a healthy democracy and the improvement of human rights.